So we're very pleased just to come to present this event for the Cambridge Film Trust on the back of what has been Cambridge's most successful ever festival. Critically, it has been endorsed by the whole of the industry.
Film as an art, as something which presents ideas very powerfully.
And with audiences, admissions are as high as we've ever had.
I'm Kutim Chashku, principal of the Marubi Film and Multimedia School here in Tirana, and that's the school. So I'm just delighted to participate with two of my movie, Colonel Bunker and Magic Eye, to Cambridge Film Festival.
Film festivals are important because they're about people who love film and love film as an art form.
We're all very aware of the powerful surge of enthusiasm for film in Cambridge that takes place during the 11 days of the Cambridge Film Festival. I think what we want to do with the Cambridge Film Trust is take that enthusiasm, that sense of passion for film, so film as an art, as something which presents ideas very powerfully, rather than just as a product, as something that you buy on a Saturday night to kill time. And that's sort of something that comes across very strongly during the festival, and we want to take that and make sure that that spirit gets spread throughout the year. Part of the reason for that is to involve students in Cambridge who otherwise might not get the opportunity to be a part of the festival. So we want more events that bring the kinds of things that are exciting about the festival. So it's not just having a very condensed period of showing lots and lots of films. It's also about bringing filmmakers to present their work, allowing the public to interact with filmmakers and people involved in film production, gaining an insight into the processes behind filmmaking, gaining an insight into the artistic processes, how people interact with the industry. All of this adds to our understanding of film. I'm a lecturer myself. I'm a college lecturer at Trinity Hall, and I teach film, and something I've noticed is that it's quite difficult to bring into the courses the ideas about the industry of film and how that affects production and how that affects what we actually see on screen. Getting the students involved with film events will really help them have an insight into that. It's one thing to analyse what's on screen, but it's another thing to know what the kinds of constraints and frameworks that surround that are and how they have influenced and affected what actually appears in the final cut.
My name is Mike Figgis and I'm a film director. And what's become clear to me over the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years, two things. One is, amazing new sort of technology available for filmmakers, but a kind of real challenge in terms of where do you find your audience, and how do you identify your audience, and then once you've identified them, how do you get to them? And the answer to that is very, very simple. You come to places like Cambridge that are, let's say, dedicated to being in touch with new film and the ongoing life of the cinema. And although this sounds obvious, in fact, it's very, very difficult to find these kind of venues. And it becomes, as time passes, it becomes more and more important that they exist. For example, I came back from a delightful holiday in Umbria in Italy to come this evening. And it wasn't just because there are friends who are involved in this, it's because I actually think it's really important that this place exists. And it was important for me to be able to come and show some of my films. And so it was actually quite an easy decision. I had a bit of fiddling to do with the travel and so on. But once that was achieved, it was not a problem for me to come here. And it was a pleasure for me to come. And I will come anytime I'm asked, because it's really not just from a vanity point of view, just from the idea of cinema continuing and Great British cinema continuing. It's just very, very strange and rather sad that these venues are very, very thin on the ground. And so I have complete and utter confidence in my friend Tony and what he's doing and what happens here in Cambridge. And I applaud it, and I 100% endorse it, and I will endorse it through, doing whatever is needed.
We have aims for the Trust to increase the profile of the festival during the whole year with a touring programme. Each year, with the number of films that we import and the good relationship that we have with foreign filmmakers and producers, is to try to bring these smaller films into UK distribution. We did this last year with a film called Forest for the Trees by a new young German filmmaker. This year we're planning to bring Silentium into UK distribution, and albeit this is on a small scale, but nevertheless for the foreign sales agents and the filmmakers, it's so important they get a profile in the UK. And I think the festival acts as that springboard, and then through the independent cinemas I know, the regional film theatres, the city screen sites, we can actually get a selection of bookings to raise a profile for that film and that filmmaker.